and welcome to the Exotic Plant channel. Today I am going to teach you guys how to asexually propagate this cactus. The supplies you will need to complete this is a hard surface and something to protect that hard surface, such as plastic or paper. You will need a mother plant, a pot to put it in, some media, typically a potting mix with good drainage will do, and a spray bottle with water in it. To begin, you'll have to choose the kind of cactus that you want to propagate. I have chosen this one here. It's important to know the species or variety of the plant that you're going to propagate, so you can pay attention to its growing habits, and that way you can rate the success of your propagation. The cactus I have chosen is a part of the Pointia family, meaning it is a kind of prickly pear. After you've decided what cactus you'd like to propagate, you have to assess how you're going to remove a limb in order to propagate it. In the case of the cactus I've chosen, the limbs grow between nodes and the limb will just pop off at that node. It is important to choose a more mature limb, as the more immature limbs will not produce roots. Here I have a pre-mixed bowl of media. It is part peat and part mulch in order to have drainage, because cactuses don't need a lot of moisture kept in the soil. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to spray it a little bit just to enhance the moisture and get it ready for propagation. After you have pre-mixed your soil and moistened it to get it ready, grab your 4-inch pot, roughly around that size. I wouldn't go any smaller. You can go slightly bigger, but not too big, because you don't want the roots to have too much space or too little space. So roughly the 4-inch pot, and we're going to fill it with the pre-mixed soil here. Gonna get that all filled up. Pat it down slightly, but don't compact it too much, because you want your roots to have some oxygen. Now that you have your pot here that has the media in it, what you're going to want to do is smooth out the top so it's all level, and you're going to poke a hole in the middle of the pot, 1/2 inch deep, with your finger if you're okay with that, or you can use another tool to do it for you. But you're going to want to poke a hole 1/2 inch for your cutting limb to go into. Now that you are all set and ready with your pot and media, you're going to remove the limb off of the cactus. Like I said before, it can't be too immature and new, such as this one up here. So I'm going to take this limb right here off at the node. Just breaks off there. That is the limb I'm going to use for my propagation. I'm going to set this aside and bring my pot back. So the end that was removed from the node is the end that's going to go into the soil. So I'm just going to place it in here and pack in the soil around the base of the cactus, filling in the rest of the hole I made with my finger, because it was a little bit bigger than the end of the cactus itself. So we're going to pat it down here to support the cactus and make it stay up. So that is what we have so far. I'm going to set that aside. The final step in your asexual propagation of this cactus is to find your little guy a new home. It should be relatively close to a window, but not too close, as our outdoor temperatures are dropping considerably. You still want to keep it warm. And eventually, once it develops roots, it'll need a new pot. In order to figure out if it has roots or not, you could do a little tug on the top of the plant, and if it holds on, you're good to change pots. My suggestion for pots would be anything that is cement or terracotta, such as this one for these cactuses. What these kinds of pots tend to do is they soak up any excess moisture within the soil into the material of the pot, therefore regulating and keeping that soil dry for those cactuses, which is very helpful. Additionally, you're going to want to purchase a cactus liquid fertilizer and use that once a month to fertilize your new cactus. This helps overall health of your plant, roots, and development of further growth. So that concludes today's video on how to asexually propagate a cactus. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more. And that is how you not like meaning it's part of the prickly pear.